Jerome Holloway just slept Justin Gaethje out cold, flatlined, face first, with a second left in the fight in round 5, in a fight, wait for it, that he was already winning on the scorecards. He didn't even need the KO, but regardless, he stood his ground in the center of the octagon with Justin Gaethje in his prime, pointed to the ground, scrapped it out of him when he could have just cruised to a decision win, 4-1 or 3-2, and he slept Justin Gaethje face first on the canvas, out cold. One of the most insane moments in UFC history. And somehow Pereira Hill had another one of those moments as well, but I'm making a whole other video for that. Max Holloway picked apart Justin Gaethje at range and slept him. Slept him out cold. I couldn't even watch Zhang Weili versus Yan Xiaonan. It was a good fight. There were big moments in Zhang Weili, Yan Xiaonan. I don't care. I could not come down from the hype of what Max Holloway did to Justin Gaethje for about half an hour. Maybe even longer than that. The only thing that snapped me out of it was Alex Pereira hitting the "hold on Herb, let me cook" in the middle of his fight with Jamal. I could not come down from the hype. One of the most insane moments and performances in UFC history. I'm going to have to say it. I'm going to have to flex. I called this fight so well. I didn't say the round it would happen in. I had round 4 KO. TKO. I said Holloway's going to finish Gaethje in round 4 is when it's going to happen. And to be fair, he nearly did. There were moments in this fight where Holloway had Gaethje wobbled out on his feet. This wasn't a fight where, you know, Holloway had no chance of hurting Gaethje at any moment and then randomly slept him in round 5. No. He wobbled Gaethje on a few occasions in this fight. Pillow hands, what? That's Max Holloway you're talking about. This is Jerome Holloway. There is no way, as soon as I saw the floral Hawaiian shorts, there's no way I'm seeing Holloway's lifeless body on a canvas in those shorts. It's too meme-worthy. It's never going to happen. I picked Max Holloway by 4th round TKO. I said he would outclass Justin Gaethje on the feet. And I'll be honest with you guys, that's exactly what he did. Now let's talk about the fight from the whole. I can barely remember what happened. But Max Holloway won round 1, and I was shocked. I was like, okay. I thought Holloway was going to have to survive some Gaethje storm in round 1 and 2 and then bounce back in the 3rd and 4th. And come round 3, there was going to be a completely different shift of momentum. But no. Max Holloway started the fight switched on. Ilia Topuria shat his pants. Ilia Topuria, he looked like he was so ready to act unimpressed and then shat himself. Shat his pants in the post-fight moments. Let's talk about the fight in general. Max Holloway is the BMF of the UFC. I've been saying this for the past 2 months. As soon as this fight got announced, when it first got announced, I was like, oh, I don't know. And then I did my research. I was like, hold on. Holloway's going to style on him. And I was saying, teeps to the lead leg, spinning back kicks to the body when Gaethje hunches over, 1-1-2s, to the body with the jab, to the head, to the straight right to the body. I was saying that non-stop. I actually called this fight so well. I'm so happy with myself. But let's just talk about the performance. This ain't about me. It's about Max Holloway. It's about Jerome Holloway. Sensational performance. Sensational performance. Round 1, he's teeping at Gaethje's legs. He's landing 1-2s. He's landing body shots a bunch with the straight right to the body. At the end of the round, in round 1, I was like, okay, it's a close round. Gaethje's landed some low kicks. Like, he's done good with the low kicks in the round, but Holloway's out-busied him at range. And, you know, I'm going to probably go with Max Holloway here. He was tagging Gaethje as he came in with some jabs now and again and beating Gaethje whenever he covered up because Holloway's footwork was just too good. And Gaethje, he's used to fighting people that stand right there in front of him. Like Oliveira with his high and tight guard, and Chandler walking in like the dumbest fighter in UFC history. Poirier walking in there, shifting his shorts up. He had no idea what to do against Holloway. He had some ideas, and he was doing good in moments, don't get me wrong, but he had to completely shift his style on the fly to Holloway just moving around on the outside with his new and improved footwork. This is the prime of Max Holloway. A lot of people are saying that was a crazy take. This is the prime of Max Holloway. Been saying that. Amazing footwork. At the end of round 1, he spinning back kicks Gaethje in the face and breaks his nose. I don't think it happened at the end of round 1 with that kick. ESPN MMA seems to think it happened at the end of round 1. I think it was from a jab where Gaethje just kind of stepped in right into a jab, because I pointed it out. I was like, hang on. Gaethje's nose has just got a mark on it there and it's gone all weird. And Max Holloway breaks Gaethje's nose in round 1. That did change the direction of the fight, because Gaethje's now got a broken nose. Round 1, Max Holloway. Round 2, I've got to mention it because otherwise I'm being biased. He did eye poke Gaethje twice. Pretty badly. I do need to mention that. And round 2 was more of a competitive round as well. Max Holloway landed more shots. Some nearly as good as Gaethje's, but Gaethje had some good moments in round 2 where I thought, okay, I like to give benefit of the doubt to the guy who got eye poked twice, and I was like, okay, it's close. Give Gaethje round 2, but Max Holloway did more, he landed more. Close round, I leant towards Holloway, but I could see it going Gaethje's way watching it live, because he was landing some good low kicks, he was. Holloway takes him though. I know, I didn't even watch the commentary. I know Joe Rogan weren't shutting up about them. I can hear him already. They changed the game, man. People forget, man. Benson Henderson, man. I can already hear him saying that over and over again. I didn't even watch it with commentary. Round 2, whatever. Round 3. Holloway is still doing his thing. He's still doing his thing. Straight jab to the head, 2 to the body, to the stomp on the lead leg. Dude, I was calling the stomp on the lead leg because Gaethje's so stationary and he's taller and like as tall as Holloway. He loves that stomp on the lead leg. His kicks to the body on Gaethje were money the entire fight through. And don't get me wrong, Gaethje showed some good teeps here. Gaethje was teeping the body, throwing front kicks to the body. Max Holloway was landing body kicks under the arm of Gaethje because Gaethje is a 2-punch combination sequence fighter. Oh, dude, I'm so happy I called this on every level. Except for the round. I said round 4, and I didn't think he'd flatline him, fair enough. But Gaethje's a 2-sequence fighter, and once he does that, he's very out of balance from his center. So what Holloway was doing was he was baiting a swing from Gaethje and then like whipping a right body kick right under the armpit of Gaethje as he would throw his shot, and it would like send Gaethje off to the side. So he was catching him with the body kick a lot in this fight, jumping knees, spinning back kick to the body, low kicks of his own I was worried about because he kept tapping them really lightly, and I was thinking, God, don't get into a habit of doing that or Gaethje might time you and catch you. And Gaethje did catch Holloway in this fight. It's not like Holloway, you know, he didn't even need to show his chin because Gaethje didn't even land on him. Like, Gaethje was cracking Holloway now and again, and I think it was come round 3 and 4 where Gaethje actually started to do quite well. Started to do well, landing a few big shots here and there, but then Holloway would like wobble him. I think it was at the end of round 3, one of them, and then in round 4 he nearly finished Gaethje as well. But Gaethje's so tough that he stood up to it, and respect to Gaethje, of course, the BMF original, you know what I mean? But now Holloway, now Jerome's taking the throne, you know what I'm saying? But Justin Gaethje in round 3 was doing good. He was teeping well. He was low kicking well. He landed a couple big shots. I swear, they haven't given him a knockdown. Let me check the stats right now. They did not award Gaethje a knockdown. Round 4, he knocked down Max Holloway. He caught him with a right hook, right on the top of the head, and Holloway sat down a bit. He was off balance, but you don't have to be out of it completely for it to be considered a knockdown. He was sent to the canvas by a punch from Gaethje, regardless how fast he recovered. Maybe he slipped. I didn't see the feet or what was going on there, but from my angle, it looked like Gaethje did drop him in round 4. So I actually gave round 4 to Gaethje, and I thought round 2's close, but I'm going Holloway. He's clearly won rounds 3 and 1. Did I go Gaethje round 4? Did Holloway wobble him? I don't even remember. It was a buzz of a fight. Very close, though. I think I gave Gaethje round 4. But Holloway had the first 3 in my books. Wobbled Gaethje in round 3. Hurt him in that round. Had a moment where maybe it was like, oh my God, am I actually going to get this dead on? Where he's stalking Gaethje against a cage and going to the body and spinning back kicking and stomping the lead leg and teeping the body. And then round 5 comes around. He nearly finishes Gaethje in that round, I believe, before the end of it. He stumbles Gaethje, and Gaethje's all over the place from the 1-1-2 of Max Holloway, the beyond a 2-shot exchange that Gaethje does not deal well with. Gaethje works under a 2-shot understanding of martial arts. That's all he does. He steps in with 1, he throws a 2. He waits for you to come in, he throws a left hook, uppercut. An uppercut, left hook. He'll throw a left hook, step through, right overhand. Right overhand, step through, left hook. That's what Gaethje does. And Holloway was getting him with the pop, pop, pop. And he was surviving the boom, boom. As I was saying in my prediction video, that's what was going on here. And Holloway was doing his thing. Kicks to the body, light on his feet, like this the entire time. The entire time his eyes were the widest I've seen them. He knew the danger he was up against here in Gaethje, and he was laser focused. Against Holloway, against Volkanovski in the trilogy, we didn't see that from Holloway. We saw him walking down, kind of discouraged. He had blood in his eye because he got cut open right there at like the very first round of the fight. He couldn't really see out of one eye. I've been saying that about that trilogy with Volk. It was impressive from Volk, don't get me wrong, but he had one eye in that fight from like the first round. Blood right into his eye through the cut on the eyebrow. And he looked switched on. Focus, eyes wide. Dude, that's one of the best moments in UFC history. Best moments in UFC. One of the best moments ever at the end of round 5. He's won the fight. At the midway point of round 5, I was like, Holloway, you've got it. I was waiting, like with my arms out, licking my lips. With like 18k live viewers. Appreciate you guys. Waiting, licking my lips, like, bring it in. All you have to do is survive. Let's jump knee, let's spin in back kick, let's teep that leg, and let's survive. Let's throw oblique kicks. You know what I mean? Be safe, stop the forward pressure. You've won this fight 3-2 or 4-1. 4-1, I had it. So I had no doubt in my mind, if they made it to the bell, Max Holloway had won the fight. And yet still, this absolute badass of a human being, Ricardo Lamas is it. The run back for the BMF belt from Ricardo Lamas all the way back when, points at the ground to Justin Gaethje in round 5, says, I know I'm up 4-1, bring it. BMF belt, we're going to make it a BMF ending of a fight. Points at the fucking ground, swinging, gets cracked in there, cracks Gaethje back, and then I think it was a body shot, right hook as Gaethje was going for like an uppercut or a right hand, clicked his chin, switched him off. Max Holloway beat the brakes off Gaethje in that 5th round. Insane performance. One of the best performances in UFC history. I felt like I was alone all build up about the Max Holloway pick. I saw people like, I don't know, I feel like I've been looking into it and now I feel like Holloway might win. I saw people convert him. I saw it in the build up. A lot of people, even people that didn't pick Max Holloway, were like, I don't know, I've been watching some videos and I feel like maybe Gaethje's not got as much of a chance. I ain't saying names, but I saw some clips of that. I don't know, I picked Gaethje, but I've been watching some videos and I feel like Holloway, dude, I feel like I argued that Holloway argument very well and I stuck my head out on the line on that one because it would have been one of those fights where if you lose it and Holloway gets KO'd, it's like, what did you think was going to happen? What a performance from Max Holloway. Insane. What's next for him? He's got all the options in the world. He called out Islam Makhachev. Makhachev has responded, but now they've just announced him versus Poirier. I'll do a whole other video on that. Called out Islam Makhachev. Called out Ilia Topuria, who wasn't too keen on the idea of that cage side, to say the least. Called him out. Has options. I'm going to speak to Holloway right now. This is a direct message to Mr. Jerome Holloway, the BMF of the UFC. You are in. He made all the performance bonuses, by the way. Good for him. I wish they would have given one to Diego Lopez because he's broke, but all good. Jerome Holloway, you want to hear a message on what you should do next? They're doing the Ilia Topuria Volkanovski fight. Chill. If he beats him again, you can go down and have that fight. They're doing Makhachev Poirier. chill. McGregor versus Chandler also got announced for the end of June. You just went 5 rounds. Sit back. I know McGregor, without a doubt, will have a call out in mind that will put him in a position to have his next fight for the undisputed lightweight championship of the world. And that fight will be Max blessed Holloway. I bet you anything. Holloway, hold the horses. Don't make any decisions yet. McGregor, if he can somehow beat Chandler, which is a big ask after the amount of time he's been off, but style-wise, it's not a big ask if he does show up on point. If he beats Michael Chandler at UFC 303, 304, whatever it's going to be at the end of June, he will want you, because in that case, he can main event a pay-per-view with a belt on the line, which the UFC loves, without actually fighting for an undisputed title. They've done it without a title at the end of June. There's 2 pay-per-views in June. They've done it at the end of it. At the end of June, McGregor versus Chandler. They don't like doing that typically. If he gets past Chandler, him versus Holloway, the rematch for the BMF belt in 2024, winner gets a shot at the undisputed lightweight world champion, whoever it may be at the time. Likely Makhachev. And you've got history. You've got legacy. Max Holloway, hold your horses, be stubborn, negotiate well, demand pay-per-view points because you've now got a BMF belt, and cash the fuck in on millions defending that BMF belt against McGregor. And let's face it, likely fucking beating him, because I don't know who beats Max Holloway in a stand-up only fight. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Toodle pip, I'll see you later. Goodbye. Told you. Told you guys. It's all good.